I'm Percy Dovetonsils. On this date in 1485, England's King Richard III was killed at the Battle of Bosworth, ending the War of the Roses, much to the relief of the country's florists. In 1692, 8 accused witches were executed in Salem, Massachusetts, after taking part in an insurrection. It was a rigid broom. They were each hung with a fake noose to add insult to injury. All were found guilty of underinflating their crystal balls. That was the least popular costume the following Halloween. It doesn't seem very good early to decorate for Halloween. On this date in 1762, Anne Franklin became the first female newspaper publisher in America. People used to drive her crazy by greeting her with, "How you been, Franklin?" In 1787, inventor John Fitch demonstrated his invention to members of Congress, the steamboat on the Delaware River. A ship that could transport you and simultaneously get the wrinkles out of your clothes. On this date in 1846, the United States annexed New Mexico. It seemed like a better idea than annexing Old Mexico. In 1851, goldfields were discovered in Australia. That was the day that famous phrase was said aloud for the first time, "There is enough gold in the world to make me go too." Where? In Australia? I'm going to Australia. Of course, it caused a gold rush, but in the opposite direction. Colonel Harlan Sanders of Kentucky Fried Chicken fame was born on this date back in 1890. He was the original reason why the chicken crossed the road. On this date in 1902, President Theodore Roosevelt became the first American president to ride in a car in Hartford, Connecticut. If that couple hadn't picked up that hitchhiker, it would have never happened. It was also the first time a vice president had to get out and help push it. He said it was a moving experience. In 1906, the mechanical Victrola phonograph was patented. The inventor named it after his wife, Victoria, but he was a lousy speller. On this day in 1928, Mickey Mouse's first movie, Steamboat Willie, debuted. Critics said it was good but a little cheesy. In 1980, the record for coconut tree climbing was set when 17-year-old Fuatai Solo ascended a 29.5-foot tree barefoot in 4.88 seconds. It's a record that no one has cared to break since. On this date in 1990, angry smokers protested in Russia's Red Square because of a nationwide cigarette shortage. There's nothing more irritable than protesting smokers. Today is World Plant Milk Day, National Surgical Oncologist Day, Never Been Better Day, National Pecan Torte Day, National Tooth Fairy Day, and National Be an Angel Day. Former American late-night show host James Corden turns 45 in jolly old England today. Backstreet Boy Howie Dorough turns the big 50 today. He was one of the lesser-known members of the group. I just found out he was in the Backstreet Boys. The hilarious Kristen Wiig also turns 50 today. Let's see if she can laugh that off. Ty Burrell of Modern Family fame turns 56 today. There's a show that could do a reunion. Better yet, Phil Dunphy should get a show. Singer and songwriter Tori Amos hit the big 60 today. She's one of the most famous singers no one has ever heard of. Mark Williams of the Harry Potter films, Ron Weasley's dad, turns 64 today. Swimmer Diana Nyad turns 74 today. Diana entered the record books after becoming the first to swim from the Bahamas to Florida. What some people won't do to save a buck. What some people won't do to skip paying airfare. Of course, today, she prefers taking the boat. Football coach Bill Parcells turns 82 today. He's nicknamed the Tuna. I'm assuming, because he got canned so much. Or, it would take less time to list the teams he still needs to coach. Be an Angel Day, a non-profit, non-denominational event celebrated annually. Participants are encouraged to go within their hearts by anonymously performing a small act of service. And finally, the biggest hunt for the Loch Ness Monster in 50 years is taking place in Scotland this weekend. If I didn't have plans, I'd show up dressed as Bigfoot to mess with people. With exciting facts to clutter your mind, I'm Percy Dovetonsils, for KDAZ, Digital Broadcasting. And thanks for listening.